tuning into my channel. I am posting my first actual video, so I'm super excited. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite brow products. Brows are a huge struggle for me. I know they are for like a lot of people. My brows are really sparse. The hairs are not super dark. Right now I have like a tinted brow gel in. If I didn't pluck them and shape them, they would just kind of have no shape. So that's something I deal with a lot. The fronts aren't so bad, although I recently was shaping my eyebrows and accidentally like somehow created like a little dent on the top and bottom of my eyebrow. It looks like I shaved right through it, but I didn't. So I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I have to fill in my eyebrows a lot. It's one of those things where if people ask, you know, if you're going out somewhere, what product would you wear if you can only wear one? And for me, it's mascara. My brows are, you know, better, but typically it's brow products. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that's actually made a huge difference in my brows, especially when they're thicker. Like this summer, I really let my eyebrows grow out and they were thicker. So this product was actually awesome for me then. I'm trying to regrow my eyebrows out again because I stupidly like shaped them so they're much thinner than they were. This product is the Almay Long Lasting Brow Color. I messed up the top. I don't know how I did that. In the color brown, there's a couple of different colors. It's like a really sticky gel that you apply to your brows, and it looks crazy. You don't leave it on forever. And you leave it on for about 10 minutes till it dries. Sometimes I let it sit longer if I forget that I'm doing it. And then once it dries, you peel it off and it leaves behind a stain. I'll keep this on and later peel it off to show you what that looks like. I find that I have better luck if I go back through my brows after I peel it off with like a toner or even just water in a washcloth and get the excess dye out. Because sometimes it can leave residue behind and then it'll turn your skin kind of green because there's green undertones in the one that I have. So you definitely want to wash it through. But it's great because it leaves a stain on your brows. So if you have really sparse eyebrows like me, it kind of gives you some color without you having to fill it in all the time. Especially in the summer, I was using this maybe every 3 nights and I would just leave it on while I was making dinner or hanging out or doing a face mask. And it really helps me to not have to wear brow products, especially because my eyebrows were thicker and longer then. So this one's really great. The next product I'm going to talk about is the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. So this is super old. It's super gross looking. Lately, I've only been able to find it at Walmart, which is such a bummer. It's definitely an older product. It's a clear mascara primer that is supposedly going to grow your lashes. I don't know if it's done that. I used it as a clear mascara a couple times and it's not bad, but I don't really ever bother with clear mascara. But what I use this for is my final step in my brows, like after I set everything. And it has a little brush at the end. I kind of will do this at the front where I want to like push those hairs up. Kind of push it up with this. And then what I really like to do is right here, it's ribbed. So I kind of use that almost as a comb and I just kind of press it into my brow. Sometimes I'm messy and I like spread it everywhere and it can disrupt the brow product underneath, but I think that's more on me because when I'm careful, it really does a great job. So it dries clear. You do want to be careful to not get it on your skin because lately I've been really lazy with it and I noticed that it looks like I have glue like under my eyes and on my eyeshadow and it like flakes off. So you want to make sure you keep this just on your brows, but it is really, really good. I can't speak to whether it helps your eyebrows grow. I don't think it really does. I started using this like 5 years ago. I think I was in college when I got this. Not this one, but definitely check it out. It's great. The next product I really like are pretty much all of the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow products. I have the brow definer right now in chocolate, which is definitely too dark for me. It's really cool because it has a triangular tip and you can use the narrower end of the triangle to create more thin lines, which I should be doing because I should, but I'm lazy. So I typically just fill it in with the flat top part, which you can kind of get like a powdery finish from. It doesn't look so intense, but if you really want to create like a thick, strong brow or color, you can really press it in, and I tend to really press it in out here where I get those bald spots and just go flat on the front. But what I should be doing is creating little brow hairs. But I'm super lazy, so I don't usually bother doing that. Another product that I have from Anastasia is the Anastasia Pro Pencil. Mine is old, clearly. I use it every single day that I do brows, even sometimes if I don't do brows. What it is like a little crayon that just comes out in like a light peachy skin tone color. I think they have other colors of this. I hope they do. Honestly, I kind of want a lighter one because when I'm really pale, this can look a little like crazy on my skin. But it's great because it almost works like a concealer. So you can just go under your eyebrows. It helps clean up underneath your brow where maybe you went a little heavy or the line's just not super precise, or if you have little brow hairs that are strays and you haven't had time to pluck or whatever. It's great because it kind of helps cover those too. It really helps, especially if you make like right up here too thick and you're like, oh shoot, I just made like the biggest arch ever. You can kind of go through with this, and I sometimes let it warm up on my skin. Sometimes I just push it right in. Sometimes I use a brush to blend it out. But you really can just use your fingers. So it really helps to define your brows, and it's great if you're new to doing eyebrows, or if you're like me and you're just lazy and you rush and maybe you're heavy-handed. This is great for fixing any of your errors. I do want to look to see if they have more colors though, because this one's dark for me, but I know also if you're a person of color, like this is not gonna work for you because it blends out, but it's still very much there. For me, you can't really see it once I blend it out, but yeah, that could be problematic for some people. It's not super creamy or liquidy like a concealer, which is great because it doesn't get all over your eyes. Sometimes I forget to do this step until eyeshadow is already on, and I'm able to just kind of go up here and it doesn't disrupt my eyeshadow a lot. Sometimes I will go back and reblend it, but it's not a big deal. So that one's great. The last product I want to talk about is the Wunder Brow Gel. This is in brunette. I've tried this in a couple of different colors. What it is a gel stain that, unlike the Almay one, just stays. So I put it right here. It comes with a brush that you paint it on with. I would recommend not using this brush directly because it's really thick, and if you have thinner eyebrows, you're likely to kind of go out of the lines with it. And if you have thicker brows, I think it'll maybe pack on too much and it could maybe make your eyebrows look really filled in. It's waterproof. It stays on forever. I use this product a lot in the summer, especially, you know, if I'm sweating, if I'm going to be swimming. It doesn't move. It stays on for, I'd say, a couple of days. In the summer, if I'm using this, I tend to just kind of fill it in and just let it stay. I will go over it with a makeup wipe to get any like excess stuff off, but for the most part, it'll stay. So I like to apply this starting in the middle of my brow. Sometimes if I take this on a trip with me, which I do often, especially if it's like someone's beach house, I start in the middle and just kind of brush it out, especially if I'm using this. The great thing is it stays wet for a second, so you can kind of like correct it if you need to, and it won't stain right away. But I would definitely recommend starting from the outer corner and working your way out. And then if you have a little bit left on the brush, going in like the front at the very end when you've gotten most of the product off, just because it can be really thick, and if you let it dry like that, it's gonna stay forever. It's not one that you can really work with once it's in. So I was just able to wipe that away, which is great. I'm not going to try and do the front of my brows right now, but it's awesome. It stays forever. I would definitely recommend brushing through it though before you go. So I'm going to brush it through just a tiny bit, just because it can sometimes grab your brow hairs in a weird way and create like little clumps. This is awesome, especially if you don't want to be doing your makeup every day, or you're someone who really is insecure about their brows or just doesn't want to be bothered to fix it all the time, especially maybe you're waking up in the morning to go to the gym and you don't want to put on makeup, but you also don't want to look like you have no eyebrows. This is great because it will stay. I think I can peel my Almay thing off now. So yeah, it definitely leaves a kind of green hue to just your skin. It doesn't to the hairs, but to your skin it can be a little green, which is why I would go back through with like a makeup wipe or something and just get whatever is left. But That's the idea. It tints your brows and it's awesome. So those are all my favorite brow products. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment. If you have any brow product recommendations, I would love to hear them. I try new brow products constantly. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back and watch more videos, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!